Hello everyone, welcome to SUNDOS Communication. Badagry is the seat of a local government council and is mainly inhabited by Popo and Gon peoples. It lies on the north bank of Porto Novo Creek, an inland waterway that connects the national capitals of Nigeria, Lagos and Benin, Porto Novo, and on a road that leads to Lagos, Ilaro and Porto Novo. Founded in the late 1720s by Popo refugees from the wars with the Fon people of Dahomey, Badagry was, for the next century, a notorious exporter of slaves to the Americas. A British trading post was established there between 1820s. Decades ago, millions from the hinterland were bundled into ships and delivered to traders in European and American markets. So today, Badagry has become a destination for tourists. So I'll be sharing with you 5 important points on the Badagry slave route. Mobi Family House and Slave Relic Museum. History has told us that the coast of West Africa was a fertile area for slavers in the 18s because the rulers, chiefs and warriors collaborated with the foreigners to capture their own people. At the height of the trade in Badagry, the white-capped chief Sumbu Mobi traded many of his people with the Portuguese in exchange for valuables. This dark reputation was tied to the family until his son ascended the Mobi throne and abolished the trade in 1886. Today, the relics of the family's participation in slavery and many of the tools used to capture and hold captives can be found in the Mobi Family House and Slave Relic Museum. Berefu Island. This island, founded in the 15th century, is a geographical part of Badagry. However, due to its prime position between the hinterland and the ocean, Berefu became a dreaded path to the point of no return. Slave traders and warriors under the charge of Chief Sumbu Mobi also captured inhabitants of the island, young and old, and put them on the path that their home was already feared for. Reports from the time claim that as many as 500,000 people were sold into slavery from Berefu between 1518 and 1880. Today, the island is a sandy beach and claved and untouched. According to Paul's News, the third on the list is spiritual attenuation well. Spirituality was a major element of the slave trade, especially in Badagry. Along the path of Berefu Islands, there sits a well bordered by a small wall that discourages anyone from drinking from it. During the slave trade, the well is said to have been charmed by shamans and chiefs. Slaves on their way to the Americas were given water from this well to forget their home and cut their psychological ties to Badagry. It is said that the water would take effect 3 months into the journey, supposedly leaving the slave to no connection to anything but the lives they had been sold into. The locals claim that no one has drunk from this water in over a century. The ocean part. From the point of their capture, African slaves were grouped by gender and age and shackled with a repulsive assortment of chains. They were led along to the path from Berefu to the spiritual well, but their captive reality mostly set in when they got to the final phase on the path to the ocean. With the wet breeze of the Atlantic bearing down on them, the slaves would work in lines along dusty footpaths bordered by shrubs and palm trees. Home was in the background. Before them lay the final phase of a damning journey. The last phase, the point of no return. Here, at the shore of the Atlantic, the captives were handed over to the Europeans. As the name suggested, it is said that anyone who made it to this point had no chance of returning home. It was here at the edge of a place they called home that the slaves would see an iteration of the bloody price they had to pay for the color of their skin. And that is a wrap, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've learned one or two. My name remains Adenaike Janet, and this is SUNDOS Communication. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share this with your friends and family, because I solemnly and strongly believe that we need to be reminded of our story and what our ancestors went through, especially when it comes to slavery and discrimination. Stay safe and please be happy. Love you.